probably make that noise of hitting a ping pong ball and then filtering it and just go, or getting someone to go like that. Sorry, I digress.
It's Coburg up late. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the garage tonight. She is a self-described one-woman band, from buying her first turntables at 16 to playing Space Ibiza and Warehouse Project for Trick by Patrick Topping. A member of the Secret Society Collective, she's released her unmistakable acid sounds on iconic labels Day and Night, Digital Groove, and We Are the Brave. Please welcome from Manchester, UK, the amazing Nancy Live.
Doof, doof, doof in the air tonight. House music from home never felt so right. Now your neighbors awake in the 3058. It's Coburg up late.
How are you, Nancy?
I'm good, yeah.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, I'm just so stoked to have you here. Are you buzzing?
I am, yeah. I'm excited to do the things.
Yeah, the thing
things.
which you do so well, which flies you internationally to do.
Yes.
And this is actually your first time in Australia. Previously, what was the longest flight you'd been on?
4 hours. Oh. So this is, 30 something?
And how was the experience? 30 hours to, obviously just to play in this garage today.
Great. I'm a bit knackered, but no, it was good. Yeah, it was grand. It was fine.
And you came straight into Luft on Saturday, which was awesome.
Yeah, and the day before that, Brisbane for Bohemian Beat Freaks. That was awesome. A bush doof. Is that what you call it?
I'll
A
say
bush
that
doof.
again. That's very cute.
Bush doof.
And can I ask, what was your first bush doof experience like? 'Cause Aussies are really proud of that.
Everyone's just so happy. Like, you go to like...
It must be the music.
Obviously. It's just, everyone's just so like hippy-dippy. I mean, in a nice way. They're just like, everyone's just got the vibe where they're all smiling. I really liked it. It was very well organised as well. Because when they said bush doof, I was like... What is that? What does that mean? They were like, it's a rave in the woods. And obviously, I'm from Wales. We have a lot of woods and, valleys, and we have a lot of illegal raves.
Yes.
In those. Not that I've ever partaken in any of those.
No, absolutely not.
Never. And then not as well organised. But this was like, it was like one of them, but totally legal and
Cool.
it was really fucking cool.
Oh, awesome. So you're saying we've got our marketing all wrong, just like from an international perspective. Stop calling it a bush doof.
I like
more
it.
Great artists like you.
Bush doof.
Now, also, you pointed something out when you were setting up earlier.
Oh, yeah.
That on this machine over here, that this number, 162, what's significant about this number?
So whenever I finish a gig, the first thing that goes off is that. And then it's just like, that's it. And then the next gig I play, I turn it on, and it's the last number that's on there is the BPM I finished on.
Fuck.
So 162.
162. Can you click that just so people playing along know how fast that is?
Okay. There you go.
Oh, okay, all right. A nice gentle lullaby to send people off to sleep, right?
Yeah. That's not what I play the whole set though, but yeah, I ended on that.
No, and I actually remember that. So I saw the show in question. It was at Luft. It was a fantastic gig.
It was so fun.
And a shout out to the Thick as Thieves crew for putting it on.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
And crew.
Now, I do remember you ending on 162 beats per minute, though I didn't know at the time. And I chatted to you afterwards, and that was a split-second decision that you made right before the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I finished on a track that's coming out next year on Shall Not Fade, and called Mole Man. It's like really vibey, like melodic, and it's like do-do-do, dead pretty kind of thing. And I was like, everyone at the front was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah. So I went to breakbeat, which I went to like 68 beats per minute.
I remember that.
So that's like obviously my math.
But you
is
do it
not
at
good. So
halftime.
what's that? 136, isn't it? So it was halftime of the Malmat track.
Which is and 136 is probably what most would consider pretty standard or
Yeah.
slightly fast techno now.
Everyone says it's fast, and I'm like, have you been to Berlin? They play 200 BPM there, only because Ableton only lets you go to 200. But
So ravers in Berlin are just restricted by a piece of
oh
software.
man, it's just like, but yeah. So went from that, and then everyone was still like, like this at the front. I was like, I didn't have a watch, but let's pretend I did. And I was
That was your first mistake. Is
yeah,
looking
then I
at
was
your
like,
watch.
oh shit, there's 10 minutes left. No, there isn't. So the stagehand was like, you've got 5 minutes. I was like, fuck yeah. 5 minutes, 162 PM, that's full song. Yeah, if I'd have played it at 126, it would have took 10 minutes. So.
Oh, so you were just being considerate.
Exactly.
Oh, wonderful. And can I ask, in terms of the context of a 1 hour or what's quickly becoming 55-minute show inside a garage recorded, what would you bring to a set like this?
As in,
what are you going to do today?
I have no idea. So normally when I play, because obviously set times, I fully appreciate and respect the people who are putting on the shows. I've been that dickhead that's like, the crowd are going, one more tune, and then the guys are like, we will get fined £10,000 if you don't finish now.
And you're like, but one more
And I'm like, just one more tune, yeah. And some places, like I played in Shelter in Amsterdam the other week, and they're underground, no one can hear them. I was meant to finish at 6:30. They were one more tune in until 7:30. So it was like...
And that's technically called 10 more tunes.
Yeah, so that was like, you can do it, but I fully respect that like festivals are very strict on time, and I closed, I knew they had to close. So like I get my set kind of like, I don't know it all, but I kind of get a really strict idea of what I'm going to play, and obviously I still go by the crowd and read the crowd and stuff. But today, yeah, I'm just...
Nothing to read. There's no crowd to read.
No, you're all boring as well. No jokes. No expressions in yet. No, so I'm just going to, what we call jamming.
Yeah, cool. And are you happy to have this inexperienced knob tweaker to join you occasionally?
Inexperienced, shut up.
Come on now.
Absolutely, I'd love to go back to back with you, if you can keep up with me.
Oh, I think I could. And I'm actually not I don't believe you've played back-to-back in this setup before, but you actually mentioned that quite a significant player in the live world has suggested that he wanted to go back-to-back with you.
Yeah, so I was chatting to Kink, and he was like...
As you do.
As you do. And he was like, it was mental, because I was at this festival, and like Kink is like an idol of mine. And I was like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And he was like, Nancy, and he just got me in a hug, and he was like... I'm in awe of you, and I'm like, and I was like, sorry, what? You know who I am?
Oh my God.
And yeah, I was like, oh mate, like one day we should do like a back-to-back. And there's another guy as well who is called My Name's Joshua. That's his Instagram.
It's a hard one to get wrong.
Joshua with dots in between it. Yeah, I'd love to do a back-to-back with him as well. He's sick. But yeah, those two, yeah, man.
Well, cool. I mean, I'm neither My Name is Joshua nor Kink. I am kinky and my name is Callum. So without further ado, we've got 52 minutes with the most fantastic Nancy live all the way from Manchester in the UK. I actually thought it was Dublin until about 10 minutes ago when she got me wrong, and I just changed it on my cue card.
Did live in Dublin, but moved during the pandemic back home to the UK.
Hence why I was reading a very old bio of yours.
Yeah. I know, I was like, definitely released on a lot more labels than that.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, we can, and we'll be talking about them throughout the next 52 minutes. Please, Nancy, it's an honour. Thank you so much, and take it away.
Shall I just go with it?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Start with the bass, innit?
You don't fuck around. Tell me, what do you do? Sorry.
So I just play that for a bit and then just stand there and everyone's like, yeah.
Now, a couple of things I noticed. Firstly, you were incredibly busy just then. As an uneducated simpleton like myself, how much were you controlling literally every single element that we heard just then?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, then my second question is, I don't see any computers around here.
No.
But I hear what appears to be a sample.
Yeah.
So what's? Can you talk me through what's going on there?
So yeah, like the thing going 4-4-3-0-3, 4-4-3-0-3. That's just recording in, go 4-3-2-1, and then you sample it into the digitact and just play it from there. So like sometimes I'll do. I have a lot of acapellas loaded into this.
Oh, cool.
And midway through, like I'll do it on another track in a minute where. I'm gonna dish you right now. I'm gonna sample that, but I chop it up like live kind of thing.
Fuck
as well. So
yeah!
I don't know if that'll work out, but that's the thing. I make a lot of mistakes, but fuck it.
Well, we're here to talk through the mistakes as they happen, and I think a lot of would I be right in saying that a lot of live music is about the happy accident as well?
Yeah, I think so because so many times I've gone, fuck it, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'll use a computer. That's when I'm practicing because I think it's hard. I was chatting to the Township Rebellion lads and they're a duo and they were like, you travel on your own? And I was like, yeah, thanks, the existential crisis now. Yeah, I do. And they were like, that gets really lonely. I was like, yeah, it does. Thank you for reminding me. And I think
Are you lonely currently?
No, not at all.
Okay, I was about to offer you a hug.
No, thanks. I'll have a hug. Yeah. But no, so
I'm perpetually lonely, so that was a great moment for me.
But no, what I mean is there's two of them, so like when one of them's having a shit time, there's always the other one going, no, come on mate, come on. I mean if they're both having a shit time then they're fucked.
And then one person is providing the balance.
So it's kind of like sometimes I'll just have a little paddy and like just have a little pissy fit and be like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I was like, I'll use a computer. And I tried to use a computer once way back, like 6 years ago. I nearly threw it out the window. It's so fucking confused. There's too much going on. Because I think with a computer...
I love that Nancy has literally said that computers are so fucking confusing and then look at every single button and knob that you're operating with.
I did computer science at uni. I fucking hate them. No, it's more like there's too much. So when I plug the computer in, my brain is like... When I'm asleep, it's like... So when I've got all this in front of me and I've got a computer... I'm like, oh my God, there's a million VSTs. I can do this sound and this sound and this sound. And it's like, I think the more you restrict yourself, the more creative you become.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, by creating limitations, it's like a guidepost to work within.
Yeah, so when years, way back when, during the war.
Come on through here.
During the war.
Because if you're up the front, you get this beautiful light on you. Just look at that. Look how great you look.
Yeah. During the war, back in the day, when I used to DJ, I used to DJ on like 4 decks and 3
It's beyond DJing now, guys.
Yeah. Put 3 decks and 4 decks, and it used to bore me, so I dropped to one deck. And because you used to on the, I can't remember what, the 3000s or something, you used to be, is it 3000? Whatever it is.
That's a 3000.
You could DJ on one deck and mix separate tracks. Yep. And I was like, fuck, this is cool. And I used to load samples on the hot cues and just play on one deck. Because I just found it more challenging and more restrictive.
Wow.
So yeah. But then I just like, fuck this, let's make the music.
What was that moment? What was that moment for you when you abandoned the CDJs and moved to what I interpret as incredibly confusing?
Well, for me, it's logical. I have a logical brain. So for me, it's logic. And trying to explain it to anyone else is actually quite difficult.
Okay, so I'm putting you on the spot there.
Yeah. But the reason I stopped DJing was, first of all, I think in this day and age, you have to kind of stand out from the crowd. Anyone can DJ. And
don't tell them.
any of you DJ.
Literally no one can. It's an impossible art form.
No, but also as well, it's like you're there, you DJ, and the next DJ comes on. And I respect DJs. You're all great. Love yous. But it wasn't challenging for me. So I'd be playing a set. I'd so bored that I used to fuck around with the effects so much. But then it also used to wreck the vibe. I used to be shit at one point because people would be like, you play with the effects too much. I was like, because I'm so bored. Tracks are 6 minutes long. And I'm like, I like having things to do. I'm a bit... everyone's ADHD brain.
Yeah, I'm with you, sister.
Yeah, and I like having stuff to do, and I don't just like standing there.
Yeah, but the DJ's mastered the art form of filling that time with fist pumping or like getting free drinks.
That was the problem, the free drinks. I had residencies all over Manchester before I moved to Dublin, and fuck me, you drink a lot. I was like, I need to keep my hands busy. Yeah.
Well, you were saying that you've probably entered a much more healthier phase recently as well, though.
Yeah. So, I have Prosecco now. This is a friendly environment. This is a safe space.
Absolutely.
But it's look at it. Try and play these pissed.
Yes.
I tried to do it once. Sorry, Gary Collins.
Gary Collins. Yeah,
he booked me for a gig in Galway, and I used to get so nervous. I'd drink, and it was grand. The gig was great. Everyone loved it, but I knew.
Except Gary.
He knew. It was just. And then from that moment, I was like, fuck this. So my rider is Coke Zero and water, and I'll have. Like, if my tour manager's with me, he'll give me a glass of Prosecco because you get a buzz kind of thing. Yeah. But I just love the buzz after. I go straight to bed after. Or if it's you finish early in the morning, I always make a point of going to breakfast in the hotel and then going to bed kind of thing.
Good on ya.
I'm a loser.
No, well, I mean, only a loser who tours the world internationally playing amazing gigs. Now, I'm going to stop talking and let you...
I'm going to go for
as someone that gets so perpetually bored, I imagine you're probably ready to use your hands a bit. We've got Nancy live on Coburg Up Late. Loving the energy. Got a verbal oops. That sounded good to me. Noticing whenever her right hand goes up here, the vibe changes significantly. Keep an eye on it. Watch the right hand. Has to move so quickly between when you press number 11 on MIDI C and whatever's going on up here.
Yeah, and I use my nose as well because I don't have enough power.
You actually?
Yeah, I just did that. Do you want to see it again?
Yeah, please. Let's get a shot of this one, Pat. innovative DJing, live performance with the great Nancy live here on Coburg Up Late. She knows best. I smell a drop coming on. Amazing. So, hey, I got a question for you. It's actually a bit of a challenge, in fact. You've previously described yourself as the queen of shaky content, bizarre face pulling, and daggy dad dancing. Now, she does have the shoes. We can just have a look at the shoes. Fantastic. And I don't know about shaky content. You seem fine to me, but I actually consider myself a bit of a dad dancer.
Dance off.
Yeah, well, precisely. I thought maybe if you want to get something ready for us for some appropriate for dad dancing, we could have a little dad dance off. Let the audience decide.
Cute dad dance at 160 ppm.
I mean, these dads can.
All right. Go on.
All right. You get me going. I'm going to go first. This funky club music the kids listen to these days, Nancy. It's got me kind of moving in me hips a little bit. Reminds me of the good old days with Huey Lewis and the News.
This is what I dance to.
It's like I've had a few too many eggnogs with your mother at Christmas. All right, Dad Nancy steps up to the plate. What do you got for us, Dad? Will you dance with me? All right, I think that we both win. That's officially, we both win. Mind if I play a tune?
I want to see what you follow.
Now, do we want you? Are we going to drop you in? Are you going to keep going? All right, perfect. That was cool.
This is trance. I love trance. This is very trancey. I'm a trance baby.
Yeah. Now, a lot of your inspiration came from trance. Is that right?
Absolutely. My sister and my brother, Nathan and Natalie, I've brought up on trance. Well, I brought up on 50s music.
Yes. Actually, can we segue to that just quickly? Yeah. Doris Day.
Love her.
Hey, I know we had a hug earlier. Can we have another hug? Yes. I'm such a big Doris Day fan.
Oh my God. Do you know why though? I love 50s music. It's because if you listen to pop music now, it's like like, I can't describe, like, when you hear the vocal, you know what song it is, obviously, yeah? But when you hear the melody in pop music nowadays, you know what song it is, because the melody fits with the lyrics, and
Sure.
it's made that way because so then you can make dance remixes and all that stuff, and the kids.
I understand. So it's partially a marketing decision as much as it is an aesthetic decision.
I mean, not everyone, but a lot of pop music is geared that way. Whereas in the 50s, if you had Doris Day singing, you knew what the song was. But if they stripped her vocal out, you wouldn't have a fucking clue what the song was, because it was all backing tracks.
It was all about the vocal, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they were like really talented. They had to know everything. They had to act in what do you call it, tap dancing.
And if we're honest, that was its own form of marketing as well.
Yeah.
Then, where you weren't just a musician; you were a triple threat, you know.
Yeah, and that's why I love melodies.
Thank fuck we don't have to be an actor now to be a musician.
No, right? I'm not acting at all. I'm just a nervous dick.
She's bloody acting up though. Tell you what. Sorry. So that's why you love melodies.
So melodies is like my thing, and then obviously that goes into I love 70s, 60s. I just love everything pre-90s. No, I love 90s. 2000. I love pop music. I don't really, and everyone knows this who knows me, I don't really sit there and like listen to banging 162 BPM techno. It's my buzz. I love Fleetwood Mac and all that. But then I love Deadmau5. I'll listen to Calvin Harris. I don't care if it's good music.
Deadmau5 to Doris Day.
Yeah, man.
So then, how then do you compile? I guess because you're not technically DJing, you don't need to be constantly sourcing new music.
No, because so when a lot of these songs that I make, I will then go, I'll record this as a DJ friendly track, because DJs don't like, because I'll have a 10-minute breakdown depending on the crowd.
Sure.
But so I'll record them, but then like that one song where it goes 4, 3, 2, 1, I will play that completely different each time. Yep. So it's like, I have a bank of, I think about 4 hours music on there that I can do whatever I want with it.
Amazing.
So
you mentioned also that you're drawn to melody, and something that strikes me about that is techno is like famously void of melody.
It is.
How do you straddle that balance?
I don't count myself. Everyone else is like the other night when I finished at Loft. You could probably make that noise with hitting a ping pong ball and then filtering it and or getting someone to go sorry, I digress. I get really distracted when I start talking about music. I'm like, listen to that pop something.
Luckily, that's what we're here to do for the next 31 minutes. You're all good.
I do love listening to techno. Like, I love warehouse techno, but I wouldn't sit there every day and be like, banging it out. I listen to, like I said, pop music and everything else, and I don't count myself as just a techno artist. I just play whatever I feel like, and like the other day at Loft, I started at 126 and built to 162, but dropped it to breakbeat in the middle. Whatever, I don't know. It's really hard because I constantly get you're either a melodic techno person, you're either this. I hate subgenres.
Yeah.
I like 4/4. That's my genre. 4/4 beat, and then even then sometimes I'll change.
But it's interesting because you also mentioned earlier that it's restriction. You find inspiration from limitation.
Yeah.
And I always looked at a genre as, to any genre haters, I thought a genre is just a great example of a limitation. Just give you something to work within, and it gives you boundaries to also break.
No, that is very true, but also I find as obviously I produce music and I create it live on stage. I find if you are trying to make a genre, if you're trying to you limit yourself too much, where you go, I can't do that and I can't do that. Like you said, techno, it's usually void of melodics like that, and I'm like, yeah, but if you said that to yourself, that you wouldn't have made that song.
That's true.
So that's why I just genre mix. I don't know what you call it.
Fantastic. Well, whatever you're doing, it's great.
Thanks.
Let's keep going. We've got Nancy live on Coburg Up Late for the next half hour. It's an absolute dream to share this with you. Thank you. I'm having a great time, by the way. admittedly, we've made it very, very difficult for you. Hey, can I just say, actually, I was genuinely impressed, though, that you were still managing to jog. Keep it. It actually was in time. I just think you doubted yourself.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
The ultimate multitasker. She can play with her nose and drink a Prosecco simultaneously. Play as many as you want, mate.
2. I've got another song in a minute I want to try and experiment with.
Ah, we're getting an experiment here on Coburg Up Late with Nancy Live. The definition of live right here. The dad dancing on display. Looks like a dad that grew up going to metal shows, though. A dad that now has serious spinal issues.
I've got whiplash at 4 different shows.
Actually?
Yeah.
Real whiplash?
Real whiplash.
Holy shit.
My doctor hates me.
If that's not suffering for your art, I don't know what is. So that sounds like a mix. Sounds like you're doing a mix. Tell you what, between the two of us, there's enough daggy dancing here for an entire season. So you mentioned you're experimenting. Can you talk us through what your experiment is? Like, are we splitting the atom currently? What's going on?
No, I wrote this song, but I've not played it out properly bar at Luft. And I thought I'd experiment with a different drop down.
Fuck yeah. An almost exclusive with Nancy Live. And when you're ready, I want to know what writing this means. Like how much of it is programmed, how much of it's live, improvised, etc. There's the queen of silly faces right there. The who farted face. That's how you know it's good techno. How's your energy levels?
Yeah, they're good. I just sweating like a bit. Did that sound alright though?
I think it sounded fucking cool. Do you think you'll do that moving forward into the future? Is that a new...
Yeah. So I did it at Luft the other day and I dropped it. Everyone loved it, but I'm like, oh, that was slightly not right. So I just wanted to try something else and it worked.
And you're, okay, yeah, fantastic. So what we actually heard is the new iteration, V2 of the tune.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh. And then the first one that was like Burning with Ecstasy. I don't know if you know a guy called Tommy Sunshine. He's fucking well famous in America. He's proper like techno and house guy. He sent me his old track to remix, sent me all the stems and then
sounds like you're hobnobbing with all the right people.
He sent me the stems and I just remixed the stems then and yeah, it's cool.
Oh, fantastic.
I do that with one, there's only one other act. I do that with the guy called Lucid. He does like, he's #1 in the hard techno charts. Like he's unreal. Wow. And he'll send me stems sometimes and I'll remix them live at shows.
Sure.
So yeah.
Can I ask what the appeal is with hard techno? Because it by nature it is really, really hard. It can be seen as quite abrasive. Just a moment.
It depends what you class as hard techno. So everyone was saying I was playing hard techno the other day, but that's not hard techno.
But the last 3 minutes.
The last track, I suppose, yeah, you'd class that as hard techno, but more because of the BPM. Whereas the breakdown on it, I'll play it in a minute. If you want to just go in there.
I want to know what you categorize as hard, and if not,
hard techno is that it's a lot of, it's the kick drum really distorted, and then because it's so fast, there's no room for reverbed melodies because it would just,
groove.
It would just groove. Well, you actually can have a groove in hard techno, but you have to be good at making hard techno. Lucid is one of the best at doing it, and you can make a groove. Like that track has a groove to it. A lot of hard techno. Personally, I couldn't stand there at 200 BPM. I'd be sat in that corner like. So what people think I play is hard techno, it isn't. It's just I use hard kick drums, like sampled into there, or from the electron itself. I like a hard kick drum because there's nothing better than the sub hitting your chest. My friend came with me to Luff the other day. She doesn't like techno. None of my friends are into the scene, but they love coming to the shows and things.
Oh, of course. They like seeing you in your element.
Yeah, and what she said summed it up for me. She went, she doesn't like that music at all. She loves songs with words. That's what she says.
I met this is the same friend I met who moved over from Dublin to Melbourne.
Sarah Fold.
Shout out to you, Sassy.
So she likes songs with words. Hey, that's techno, but she does. We
can empathise with that.
100%.
We love our Doris days.
And she said she walked in and I showed her the stage and she just went, oh, do you know what? I love. You can feel it here, and I was like, yes, that is. So every piece of music I make, I find a lot of people miss out on the sub frequencies.
I didn't get a drop in earlier, so we're just going to have a moment with this.
It's all right. I like it. Are you on 1, 3, 4?
Yeah.
Digital erasure.
But you feel that you can, yeah. A lot of songs you hear now, obviously a lot of people are making music. I find a lot of people don't pay attention to the sub-frequency area. So when you hear them in clubs, you don't get that.
Do you mean as producers people don't pay attention to?
Yeah.
Right.
I think they miss it out a lot.
Okay, so if you had any advice to budding producers, it would be?
Get that when you're listening in on your studio, whether it's your bedroom, a professional studio or anything, you need to be able to feel those frequencies. That's the bit that gets me anyway, the hard kicks and the sub frequencies. And that's why, just bringing it back to saying about hard techno, is I like that bit of hard techno, the low end, but then I'm like, oh, I love trance, so just stick a big breakdown in there, and yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to let you take us home. I'm a little bit inspired. You mentioned the body earlier. Your friend who previously maybe had no understanding of it.
Yes.
And I know that's quite that was a penny drop moment for me in actually discovering house music, which was my first foray into the dance music world, was when I stopped thinking about it and started feeling it. I mean, would you agree that that's probably the key thing about this entire genre, the entire world of dance music is it's your body, right?
100%. So that's how I make music. I want to make. You said, oh, is it techno? Is it this? What is it? I want to make music that makes you fist pump like you listen to techno, but at the same time makes your hips go like you're listening to house. That's what I want. I just want everyone to dad dance.
Technically tech house.
This is tech house. This is techno. And then this is house.
Can we also say this is dad tech house, this is dad techno, and this is house. Dad house. And you're welcome to my house anytime, children.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. We've got Nancy live on Coburg Up Late, sending us home for the next 15 minutes. Thank you so much. I'll loop this for you. I stooged her there and had the channel 1, her entire sound was turned off then. That's my fault, I'll own that. I love your samples, Nancy. They're all so sick. They add a human element. Maybe that's the housiness. Now, you may not be hard techno, but is unmistakable acid. Tell us about that.
I do this a lot. I left the delay on.
It worked though. Nancy, why acid?
Don't you love that squelch? It's just like, listen, sorry, I'm gonna one sec.
It's very throwback, isn't it? It's like the genesis of techno. There we are. There's that vibe switch with the right hand.
I'm just gonna randomly do something now.
Oh, fuck yeah. Here we go. Had you previously played this synth and it's been sampled?
No, this synth is firing into this one here.
Oh, so this is, you're generating this sound live right now. Fucking awesome.
See, another mistake. I forgot to put the sidechain back on.
Oh, you can actually, you can sidechain it live too.
Yeah, that's why I use this mixer. Everyone's like, why don't you use a V10? Because you can sidechain from the Roland MX1.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also mentioned that this mixer, it's quite cheap in the UK.
Yeah, it's 500 quid, but this is my fourth one. This is a lot.
Yeah, but you can't sidechain on the V10, so...
No, exactly. So I like it. Like, if you listen now, hang on. It comes off there, but like, you get the pump.
Oh, fuck yeah. Here we go, vibe switch up. That's housey too, the claps. Hey, you mentioned your sister Adelaide earlier.
Say that again.
You mentioned your sister Adelaide earlier.
Natalie.
Oh my God, I thought I heard Adelaide. I was just about to say, not to be confused with the South Australian capital. Natalie is definitely not to be confused with the South Australian capital. You mentioned Natalie earlier. Now, from what I understand, a lot of your early inspiration was from being present to Natalie getting ready for raves.
Yes. Natalie used to go to this place. It was called Styles, and various other places. And
where was it?
In Wales, just a little town in Wales where I'm from. And she'd be getting ready, and she'd have Dapists, dance anthems, Judge Jules, Tall Paul, everything. They used to be on Radio 1 and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So she'd have them on, and I was just like, and like the old.
How old were you at this point?
How old's Natalie? So I was like 10, because she used to go to youth raves as well.
Oh, cool.
So like at 15 and stuff. So shit, how old am I? I was like, oh, my sister's like 6, 7 years older than me.
Too many raves.
So, yeah, too many raves. So like I was 10 and she was going at 17 kind of thing, going to raves, and like I say raves, she was going to like what you call discos. She's not that old. Sorry, Natalie.
Says the seasoned raver.
Yeah, and yeah, she used to have like, you know, like I was standing in the corner, such a, like all that stuff. The Shaman, Ebenezer Good, all the proper old, like that's why I love sampling, because like the Prodigy and everything is all Daft Punk. It's all based on sampling.
Absolutely.
But I like to bring the sampling into obviously everything. So that's why you said a minute ago, you're like, oh, those housey like claps and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of you know, something I really admire about dance music as a whole, and also actually hip hop as well, is it's actually about repurposing.
Oh, I love hip hop. Like my brother Nathan used to listen to like
Also
DMX.
not to be confused with the South Australian capital.
Nathan used to listen to like DMX, Back to Fuck Up, Tupac, you know, all those kind of. I'm not a big fan of what people call hip hop now.
Oh, okay.
That is actually trap and like Drake and things like that. Not a big fan of that.
Yeah.
But
Our camera operator Pat will heartily disagree with you.
I just don't like auto tune.
Oh no, he shook his head. He's with you. Okay.
I don't like auto tune. I like Beastie Boys. I skate, so I've always skated rollerblading.
Fuck yeah.
And so we always.
What kind of skating? Sorry.
Rollerblading.
Fuck yeah.
On half pipes and shit.
Oh, awesome.
I don't do it too much anymore because I hurt myself a year ago. I hurt my arm and I couldn't.
Couldn't techno.
So manager's like, stop.
Oh my god, that was the moment you grew up.
Yeah. But no, I used to listen to all that. Like his influences. She loved trance music, and that's where I get the inspo from.
That's really special. And is she proud of you?
Yeah, she is. I love it when what I want to do. I think next year will be a bigger year. Is playing a few festivals. I want my mum, my dad, and then the whole family just to come along to a festival, and that'd be awesome.
Oh wow, that'd be so special. Have your folks seen you perform before?
My brother has. I've got 3 brothers and a sister. Just playing.
Are any of them called Adelaide?
No, none of them.
Okay, just checking.
So Dane and his girlfriend Rebecca, shout out to you. They came to. I played DC 10 for Cold Cox this year.
Wow.
I played a couple of times, but the one for Cold Cox I closed the main room DC 10, and they came to that. And he gets in the crowd and he was like, I'm so proud of you.
Oh my god,
yeah,
what a special moment.
They've all been to gigs, but my parents haven't yet. And I think my dad's into like ZZ Top and everything, the status quo. And he, so I'd love to get him on a festival stage.
Oh,
because
wow.
he's constantly playing my videos on YouTube, say. He's constantly going, watch this, watch this. Look at our Loz. So my real name is Lauren, and they call me Loz. And they're like, look at our Loz doing this. And like, David, who's my dad. David, we've seen it a million times. Yeah, but just look at this. Isn't this dead cool?
It's Christmas time to gather around the projector. We're gonna watch Loz.
That's literally it.
Well, that'll be really special. Please, I hope we can keep in touch.
Absolutely.
And if, no, not if, when the family reunion happens, I want photographs.
Oh my god, that will
the
happen.
story. It'll be great. It's been such a privilege to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Before we go, I'm a bit sweaty too, actually.
Sweaty, man.
Do you have anything else to share? Anything to plug? Anything coming up?
Yeah, I've got a few singles.
Aside from I've
got a few EPs coming out. There's one on Shall Not Fade. It's fucking class. No. You know when people like, oh,
heard
it's
it here
cool.
first.
It is. It's unreal. I closed every show I played in the last 12 months with it, and like people in the crowd messaged me going, I cried when you played it. It's called Molma, and it's on Shall Not Fade. It was one I played before the big. Yes. Actually, I'm going to play that really fast BPM one now.
All right, well, let's do it.
do
We're closing it out. We've had Nancy live on Coburg up late. Thank you so much. Can I just check something? Let's see what we got going on here. Set list. Talk us through what you're up to.
So I write down little bits of set lists in here, and I've just got the love set list, and I'm just trying to work out one thing.
And we're looking on the iPhone photograph app, which a lot of people don't realise is used for DJing.
It definitely is. There we go.
Okay, we've got something. I think this is right, she says, as she belts it on home. Oh, and we've just, well, you can hear what's happened. Oh, I remember this. That's showmanship right there. The tension is killing me. I think I just got your whiplash. You're amazing, Nancy. And sweaty. We've had the wonderful Nancy live in the studio. Give it up for Nancy! Remember, whatever you do, may you do it with passion. And may we all truly endeavour to be kind to each other, the world around us, and ourselves. I've been DJ Be Kind to Other People with Nancy live.
Play night.
Fucking amazing.